Sarung BHS sudah ada sejak tahun 1953. Iklan YouTube. Aduh. Assalamualaikum Mas Bro. Jadi hari ini saya mau coba mancing lagi. Ini spot yang waktu itu ketemu rajanya ular Mas Bro ya, atau ular kobra. Karena tadi itu saya udah muter-muter sampai bawah sana, ikannya itu susah makan. Saya mau coba di sini. Siapa tahu ada yang mau makan ya, daripada capek muter-muter Mas Bro. Karena spot di bawah itu panas-panas. Kalau ya sungainya sama ini, cuma saya coba ke bawah sana tapi malah panas-panas spotnya Mas Bro. Sawitnya itu masih kecil-kecil. Oke, kali ini tidak saya gepukin bundulan ya Mas Bro ya. Cuma saya tebar kayak gini aja. Parangku mana tadi? Tak nyari parangnya dulu. Oh, ini. Cuma mau saya tebar saja Mas Bro, tidak saya gepukin banyak-banyak. Nah, kayak gini aja ya untuk ngundang ikannya. Ini kalau ngirit brondolan atau ngirit buah sawit, karena sawitnya habis dipanen, brondolannya ngambilinnya bersih Mas Bro, agak susah. Oke, agak nyari brondolan banyak agak susah ya. Itu motor panennya masih ada, ngarngur-ngarngur Mas Bro. Oke, mantap, kita coba lemparin. Nah, sama aja kan, ikannya seluang udah datang. Kita tinggal mulai mancing ikan wader lumutnya atau ikan lelan namanya. Kalau ada yang bilang ikan lelan ya, ikan lelan, lelan. Nah, untuk umpannya juga pakai buah sawit ya. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Waduh, lepas Mas Bro. Trek, wih, dan ini babon ini Mas Bro. Wih, tapi dibakar rumput. Aduh, ya kan. Gila, babon elem Mas Bro. Jos, mantap. Trek, ikannya jauh Mas Bro. Ini tadi tak sambung lagi jorannya ya.
pilih Oppo A95 karena butuh banget.
Halo semuanya, selamat datang di Movie Crop. Gimana kabar kalian? Semoga kalian dan keluarga selalu sehat dan bahagia ya. Kali ini, Movie Crop bakal ceritain sebuah film berjudul Murder on the Orient Express. Dirilis pada tahun 2017, disutradarai oleh Kenneth Branagh, dan mengisahkan seorang detektif terhebat di dunia yang melakukan liburan dari Istanbul, Turki menuju ke London. Menggunakan sebuah kereta mewah, dia melakukan perjalanan tersebut dengan penuh misteri selama perjalanan. Nah, gimana kisah dari film ini? Nggak usah lama-lama lagi, langsung aja kita ceritain filmnya. Di awal film, kita diperlihatkan keadaan Yerusalem di tahun 1934, tepatnya di Wailing Well atau tembok ratapan. Ada seorang anak kecil yang membawa beberapa telur burung unta untuk direbus dan disuguhkan pada Hercule Poirot. Dia adalah seorang detektif yang sangat terkenal. Saat dia sedang membahas mengenai telur itu, ada seorang inspektur polisi yang meminta Hercule untuk menangani sebuah masalah. Dia bilang ada 3 agama yang saat itu membuat kericuhan. Kericuhan itu disebabkan oleh hilangnya relik berharga yang ada di sebuah tempat ibadah di sana, sehingga meminta Hercule untuk menangani kasus ini. Hercule datang di tengah kericuhan warga. Kemudian dia menyuruh ketiga tersangka untuk berkumpul menemuinya. Ketiga tersangka tersebut adalah rabi, kemudian pendeta, dan imam. Hercule menjelaskan kepada masyarakat kenapa dia menjadikan 3 orang ini sebagai tersangka. Karena 1 jam sebelum relik tersebut dicuri, ketiga orang ini berkumpul di tempat ibadah tersebut untuk membahas pembagian tempat di pasar. Saat pertemuan tersebut berlangsung, diawasi oleh polisi. Namun, polisi tidak menemukan petunjuk apapun akan kasus ini. Namun Hercules mendapat satu petunjuk. Ada sebuah retakan kecil di sebuah lukisan yang disebabkan oleh tapak sepatu yang keras seperti sebuah sepatu boot. Di sana, Hercule menancapkan tongkat kesayangan di tembok. Dia lantas menjelaskan bahwa ketiga orang ini adalah orang yang sederhana. Bahkan, mereka memakai sepatu dengan alas yang tipis. Sehingga secara tidak langsung dia mengatakan bahwa ketiga orang ini bukanlah tersangkanya. Dia kemudian menyuruh polisi bersenjata untuk berjaga di gerbang selatan. Setelah menjelaskan panjang lebar, akhirnya dia menemukan siapa pelaku sebenarnya atas kasus ini. Pelakunya adalah orang yang digaji untuk menjaga ketertiban di Yerusalem. Tentu saja itu adalah kepala inspektur polisi yang tadi melapor pada Hercule. Awalnya inspektur ini menolak tuduhan tersebut. Tanpa dia ketahui, Hercule sudah menyuruh polisi untuk yang ditemukan sebuah relik berharga yang dicuri. Melihatnya, inspektur langsung melarikan diri melalui pintu selatan. Namun di gerbang selatan sudah menghadang polisi bersenjata yang tadi disuruh Hercule untuk berjaga. Dia berusaha kabur dan berlari melalui tepian tembok ratapan. Namun karena panik, dia menabrak tongkat Hercule yang tertancap pada tembok. Hingga inspektur polisi pun terjatuh, dan kasus ini pun terpecahkan. Menangani berbagai kasus besar, membuat Hercule merasa lelah dan berencana liburan. Dia ingin touring ke Istanbul menggunakan kapal laut, kemudian melanjutkan perjalanan menuju ke London menggunakan kereta api. Scene kemudian berpindah di sebuah kapal. Di sana ada seorang wanita bernama Mary de Benham dan seorang pria bernama Arbuthnot. Hercule pergi ke Istanbul menggunakan sebuah kapal api. Sesampainya di Istanbul, dia bertemu dengan teman lamanya bernama Bob. Bob adalah direktur operasional dari kereta mewah bernama Orient Express. Hercule meminta pada Bob untuk mencarikan sebuah kabin di kereta mewah tersebut. Di dalam kereta, Hercule berkenalan dengan beberapa penumpang yang lain, di antaranya Arbuthnot dan Mary. Ada juga seorang pengusaha karya seni langka bernama Richard. Dia memiliki banyak sekali musuh, karena menjual barang langka tapi palsu. Karena punya banyak musuh, dia meminta pada Hercule untuk menjaganya, namun Hercule langsung menolaknya. salju yang menimpa bagian depan Orient Express, yang mengakibatkan saat itu ada seorang pelayan yang mengantarkan makanan ke kabin Ratchet. Namun cukup lama pelayan mengetuk pintu, Ratchet tak kunjung keluar. Hercule yang Ratchet, dokter, dan Bob sebagai direktur operasional. Saat itu Hercule mencoba menjebol pintu menggunakan tongkatnya. Setelah terbuka, Ratchet ditemukan sudah tidak bernyawa, dengan luka tusuk yang sangat banyak. Hercule bertanya pada Arbuthnot, kira-kira kapan kematian Ratchet. Arbuthnot memperkirakan, kematian Ratchet kira-kira terjadi tengah malam sampai pukul 2 dini hari. Bob yang seorang petinggi dari kereta ini, kemudian meminta Hercule untuk mengusut sampai tuntas kasus ini. Hercule yang awal niatnya untuk berlibur, langsung menolak permintaan temannya itu. Namun karena Bob terus memohon, akhirnya Hercule bersedia menyelesaikan kasus ini. Bob tidak ingin melaporkan kasus ini pada polisi, karena menurutnya pelaku sebenarnya. Dia juga berkata bahwa polisi hanya akan menunjuk Arbuthnot sebagai pelakunya, hanya karena warna kulitnya. Hercule kemudian meminta peta gerbong dari kereta Orient Express ini, kemudian semua paspor penumpang, dan mengatur pertemuan dengan semua penumpang. Dia kemudian memberitahu semua penumpang bahwa Ratchet meninggal karena dibunuh. Dan untuk keamanan di gerbong yang sama dengan terbunuhnya Ratchet, maka Hercule menyarankan semua penumpang untuk kembali ke kabinnya masing-masing dan mengunci pintu. Karena Hercule tidak menetapkan Bob sebagai tersangka, maka dia meminta Bob untuk membantunya menangani kasus ini. Alasannya karena Bob tidak berada di gerbong Calais. Jadi dia berpikir Bob tidak mungkin pelakunya. Saat terjadinya pembunuhan, semua pintu antar gerbong dikunci. Jadi Hercule menetapkan pelakunya ada di gerbong Calais. Hercule kemudian menginterogasi McQueen yang seorang sekretaris Ratchet. Dia menanyakan tentang Ratchet pada sekretarisnya itu. Ratchet pada Hercule juga bertanya apakah Ratchet punya musuh. McQueen menjawab bahwa Ratchet punya banyak sekali musuh. Pergi membawa surat ancaman curigai orang Latin pada gerbong tersebut. Simpulkan bahwa McQueen adalah orang yang tidak dapat dipercaya, sama kabin Ratchet.
Throughout the decades, we have been continuously seeding the goodness
yang sesuai dengan perkiraan terbunuhnya Ratchet. Kemudian juga ada obat tidur di sana. Di sana dia juga menemukan sapu tangan wanita berinisial H untuk membaca tulisan pada kertas yang dibakar tersebut. Dan diketahui bahwa kertas tersebut berisi surat ancaman, bertuliskan darah di tanganmu, kau akan mati. Dan ada beberapa kata-kata yang hilang setelahnya. Hercule kemudian ngobrol dengan Bob. Dia berkata bahwa nama asli Ratchet adalah Cassetti. Bob juga sudah mengetahuinya. Hercule juga membahas kasus Armstrong. John Armstrong adalah seorang kolonel. Dia dan istrinya pencuri uang tebusan karena dibunuh. Mendengar berita kematian anaknya dalam buahnya secara prematur, bantuan kepada Hercule. John ditemukan tewas dengan luka lengkapi huruf pada suanmu. Bahwa sang pembunuh Ratchet ada di kamarnya semalam. Dia menemukan sebuah jawab atas penuntut kasus Armstrong. Kasus Armstrong yang mencintai seorang pembantu di keluarga Armstrong.
Dan semua yang udah hadir bang ya, bantu like dan supportnya juga buat pertandingan malam ini bang ya. Singapura lawan Indonesia anjay 1 juta cuy. Aduh gila.
versions here of those national anthems. He still had a job to do and put it away, and he failed to do it. Now when we look at the Vietnamese lineup, they make 5 changes from that first leg. One of them is enforced. Nguyen Tien Dung comes back into the centre of defence. Ho Tan Tai also returns. Ha Duc Chin, the striker, makes his first start. He's joined by Pan Van Duc and the other out-and-out striker that they've got, Nguyen Tien Linh. They're going for it here today. Vietnam, they know they have to, but it's a familiar 3-4-3, making way. Nguyen Van Tuan, Nguyen Kong Phong, Nguyen Tuan An, Vu Van Tan, who has been impressive as a wing-back, and Do Duy Man is the big miss here. He has suffered a dislocated shoulder, will be out for a couple of months. Yaacob Ibrahim from Jordan is the man in the middle, and we'll talk about that in a short while, but first, Roshan, your thoughts on those lineups?
I think for Thailand, it's a case of not really needing to change too many things because, you know, with just a bit more energy, with Titipan in there, and his ability to get box to box, make those late runs into the area. Patampon in those forward positions. We spoke about replacing Super Chok, who took a few heavy knocks in that first leg, perhaps not quite fit enough. But for Park Hang-seo, the man right there, I think he's put out a very attacking lineup here. You think of Quang Hai operating in those central midfield positions, but he'll get licensed to get forward as well. Duc Chin, Tien Lin, Van Duc, all very pacey in those forward areas. Good mobility, nice combination play in those attacking positions as well. So he's definitely looking to try and make a mark early on, looking for those goals.
So much talked about here, the referee. He will certainly be under the microscope after not him per se, but what's been going on. And Park Hang-seo spent a large time talking about VAR, or the lack of it. If you're to believe some press reports, that is apparently going to happen in the next edition. And there he is, Park Hang-seo, but he was absolutely furious with some of the decisions that he felt went against Thailand. Could be a very welcome distraction technique.
Yeah, you know, focusing on 56% in this competition. And that's been the issue for Vietnam, I think, you know, especially in the group stages where they created opportunities, especially when you think back to that game against Laos and that game against Indonesia. Partly reasons why they're here against Thailand in the semi-finals rather than potentially playing against them in the final of the competition.
Park Hang-seo maintained he didn't care who they had to meet. Again, that's not necessarily something necessarily in their control the whole while. Patampon kind of slipped that through. There's going to be no quarter given today as well from both sides. They're trying to get that up quickly to their strikers, aren't they? Here's Narubaden, who's been one of their outstanding performers. Now's the Pitsada, who's taken that first time. From Singapore, and 9 men almost pulling off something impossible. 2-0. If you really think about it, it's not as difficult. You've still got 90 minutes to go and get at least. Want that to be an issue here as Vietnam are pressing well. Winning the ball back, slip through, across the goal, Beer is there. It's still alive for Vietnam. And it's straight into the very grateful arms of the goalkeeper from Wing Quang Hai.
Great start from Vietnam, wonderful. Ball just slipped in behind by Hoang Duc for Ho Tan Thai. And the shot going straight into the arms of Cha Cha.
Okay, just telling the ball's coming through, and Beer had to get that cleared away. Had to just interject there because things were happening fast. Russian, they are winning the ball back high up the pitch, putting that pressure on, aren't they?
Well, we expected this, and I'm sure Thailand would have expected this as well. Vietnam are all over them at the moment.
This was the kind of start Thailand had against Vietnam in that first leg.
That's right. Bit of a role reversal here.
They are pumped up here. He's playing it cool, Park Hang-seo at the moment. Flat from Quang Hai. Chanatip gets it away. Only as far as Bui Tien Dung, who's, as far as Vietnam are concerned, thankfully back from injury just in time to replace Do Duy Man.
You know, from a neutral's perspective, there could be a few out there. An early goal for Vietnam would
high on that pressure. Oh, wouldn't it be great to see what happens? In fact, Polking actually said, Roshan, he put his hand out. It's refreshing. He said he kind of made a mistake in the second half, and he told them to keep it contained, and we were looking at that as well and looking at what they were doing, and they were sitting back a little bit, and he said Vietnam don't like to press so much, so we allow them to try and do it, but they're doing a good job of it here. Returning that ball in, looking across at the referee, who's uninterested in that foul on Pong Hong Dui. An expectant look as soon as he went down. The wing back, nice touch on there from Quang Hai. They've lost control there. Van Duk back with Vietnam. Fritz Sutter can't clear. Beer is in the way.
Well, they can't get out at the moment, Thailand. Such is the pressure and the desire of Vietnam to press and counter-press. Titipan losing the ball twice in succession. And the ball played across to the right-hand side of the box.
Oh, that was an acrobatic attempt there from Ha Duk Chin.
Game's moving on very quickly.
Here's Tirasin. Yeah, Polking was saying he was going to stick to his attacking principles today. Haven't been able to show any of that yet. Foul on Chanatip.
Well, this is what I was interested in looking at tonight in this game here, because first leg, Chanatip was given freedom in behind Vietnam's midfield to create all sorts of issues. Now it seems like Quang Duc has been told, make sure you keep a close eye on him. If he moves too far wide, pass him on, and someone has got to be alert to that to pick him up in those positions, because that diamond midfield of Thailand worked wonders in the first leg. It was incredible the way they were able to use it to really break through Vietnam's midfield and outnumber them in those central positions, especially in their first half. Second half, you mentioned, as we mentioned at the time as well, Thailand went 4-1, 4-1, set back in their own half, contained things, killed the space in behind, and saw the game out.
Like I said, as we see this foul, refreshing, wasn't it, to see Polking sort of say, yeah, that was my fault, I'll take responsibility for that.
At the same time, it could have been 3-0, you know.
Yeah.
With a penalty. Big opportunity.
Tien Lin looking for Ha Duk Chin. Duk Chin's done well here, very well. Still on the ball here, Duk Chin is on his own. He's got 4. Thoroughly unamused by what was on display.
Well,
from the
Mano's
officials.
desperate for his team to calm down.
Yeah. They surely would have known what to expect. And as we've discussed, Roshan, comes Quang Hai. Tries to slide that through. With one in the corner.
Yeah, they've been in situations like this, and where you've got a lead, and you think you've got a nice, comfortable lead from the first leg, but you absolutely know that the opposition is going to come, and they would have expected this. But the pace at which it's happening, you know it's going to come. But it's just a matter of trying to ride it out, trying to see it out, and then the tempo of the game starts to settle a little bit more.
No settling yet for the Vietnamese. They are putting the pressure right on. Beer got a touch on it. Still with Vietnam. Van Duk. Play it safe for now.
Well, this is what they want to do in these situations. They don't have to rush these things. So Vietnam wanted to go very quickly. For Thailand, the key here is to slow it down in those moments. There you see here. Just calm things down a little bit. There we go.
Happy to go sideways and back. No rush, Patompon. Chanatip. Reverse pass. There. Well, they'll be delighted by what they've seen so far in these early minutes, the Vietnamese fans.
They've been in good voice. I mean, on the way into the stadium as well, when you're walking in, both sets of fans
absolutely.
outside the national stadium, and you know, taking photos with each other as well, which was good to see. Friends off the pitch, but the moment the match kicks off, enemies again.
Referee having a word with Tiraton. Now, Tiraton had a little bit of an incident in front of the dugout at the end of that last match, where he went across, and that upset Park Hang-seo. He's a very upset man in the post-match conference and in the pre-match one for this leg.
He's very expressive, shall we say. And look, I don't mind it at all. I think, you know, different characters in the game.
It's what colour, doesn't it?
It's the story of football in this region. So you see Beer take contact there from Duc Jin. He's not looking at the ball at all, Duc Jin. He's just trying to block off Manuel Beer. Good decision by the referee. Got different personalities on the players, off the pitch with the coaches. Just all part of the beauty of this competition.
There's Beer to
Vietnam in these phases without the ball. Going back into a 5-3-2.
There's Chanatips bobbled on him there, the ball, but he's got it away. Narubadin will get there. Tirasin, did he take the ball away perhaps? From Chanatip, Van Duc on the counter. Here come Vietnam. Now Quang Hai, he's got Tiraton in front of him. Well anticipated there by Kritsada.
I saw a moment there with where Chanatip was able to again just get in between that midfield three of Vietnam. He was able to turn and then play a ball in behind. That's why they got to have a handle on him.
Just trying to put a little bit of pressure there. Goes down. Chanatip's done well. Still Chanatip. Done brilliantly, and that's just gone out of play. For such a small man, Russian. How he holds on to the ball. Incredible.
Oh, fantastic. Not just his strength, his core strength, obviously, but awareness of body position and what he needs to do. If you put yourself in between the defender and the ball, he can't get it from you, right? It's almost got to go through you. And the thing you see with him as well, it's not static. You know, he's not just holding and the ball's there. He's moving with the ball as well at the same time.
Oh, he was shaping up for the shot, wasn't he, Tirasin?
Yeah, good play by Patompon. Down the left. Just taking on Tan Chong, who's playing in Zoyman's position on the right-hand side of that back three. You can see exactly what Tirasin was looking to do. Would have been quite a special goal.
They've just slowly got a bit more on this, haven't they now, Thailand? A bit more of a grip.
Yeah, and you see every opportunity that they have when the ball goes out of play to restart play, they'll try and slow it down as much as possible.
Just kill off that momentum, Tirasin. There's Kritsada for Thailand. Shown from Narubadin. Yuyen. Less urgency from Thailand, as you can see. Can't get that ball forward necessarily. One back by Vietnam. Tiraton saw the danger. touch on there by Quang Hai. What? Here is Kiriton. Racing there, Kiriton. Was that little leg out? He didn't like that from Quang Hai.
Now, this is what I love about Quang Hai. It's not just his quality on the ball, but he works incredibly hard off it as well to help his side out defensively. So you see a shot from Tirasin. Took a deflection off Ngọc Hai.
Hard work in these opening minutes for Thailand. They have a corner. Absolutely no rush to go over and take this. Tiraton Bulmatan. Newly installed at Buriram, having left the Yokohama F. Marinos last week. Distinguished career he had there. Jet League medal to his name. It's well defended by Vietnam. They get away to Quang Hai. Nokai was looking to release Haduk Chin. Patompon wins it back for Thailand. All over the top from Tiraton. The flag has gone up on Patompon. Chanatip rather. But they will look for those sort of balls, won't they, Roshan? They've got that pace from Chanatip.
Yeah, when they can, he's done well, Ngọc Hai, just to step up in that situation, to read the play. Got the call from Tenzong.
Looking around Patompon, but it's back with Vietnam. Those early minutes for Vietnam were breathtaking. They come forward again. Oh, they've seen a bit more of the ball, haven't they? Well, here they are, looking to get in that final third. Look at Chanatip, right on the tail there of Hwang Duk.
Yeah, incredible work defensively from Chanatip as well.
He's just taken a blow to his face, I think, Chanatip. He's gone down here.
Now, two players with wonderful technical quality, Quang Hai and Chanatip. Both showing that they're part of the team effort off the ball as well, defensively, helping their respective sides out.
Yeah, this has always kind of been positioned that way, hasn't it, with those two? It's Chanatip versus Chongkrasin. It's Chanatip versus Quang Hai.
Yeah, I couldn't really see that arm out into the face of Chanatip. But it was just in that little battle he had with Hwang Duk.
Oh, just a little too much on that for Van Duk.
Really good idea on that pass from Hwang Duk. Sliding it right down the line there. Splitting Narubatin and Bir. Van Duk just couldn't take it in his stride, in his run.
Chatai sees the danger. They're asking for a foul, a penalty. Thailand are saying it should be a goal kick. Referee goes for neither and says it's a corner. He's the man who's spoiler, isn't he, Chatai, from the last game?
I remember when he came charging out of the box the last game in the first half, but again, quality play from Vietnam. Let's have a look here. Does he get enough on the ball as it comes through? He looks to take it around. Yeah, I think he makes contact with the ball, and it actually comes back off Haduk Chin. You can see quite clearly there, and it should actually be a goal kick.
That's exactly what the Thai players were saying. And just to clear this up, Roshan, as well, because there was so much from Vietnamese fans in particular on social media about Chacha being sent off, but he wasn't denying an obvious goal scoring.
Well, we spoke about it in the first leg. We brought up that point. But look, I mean, it's an emotional game, right? So when you think decisions are going against you, you can get a little bit over emotional in these situations.
Got a yellow card for the foul on that day. Trying to show a bit of shielding there. That is not a great corner. Expect a bit better from Quang Hai.
He normally hits it so well, Quang Hai. Looking dangerous, Vietnam. Very encouraging signs. Able to just pass it through the Thai defense a little bit too easily. Something for Mano's liking at the moment.
Flag has just gone up, and Haduk Chin.
Well, Narubani was confident there, wasn't he? Straight away, his arm shot up. The assistant referee on that far side responded. Let's have a look here. Oh, that's a close one, you know. I think he might just have been offside. I think Narubani might just have stepped up in time.
Talk about being extremely confident of your position. Narubani. The assistant referee agreed with him. Just taking it up a notch again, haven't they, Vietnam? Here is Tiraton. Oh, dispossessed brilliantly by Quang Hai. No foul. Referee waves play on. For Tan Thai.
Wonderful work from Quang Hai. Again here, just double team on Tiraton. Didn't release it quickly enough, and to Tiraton's credit, he does well to recover. Wins it back, but it almost becomes a nice little through pass for Ho Tan Thai. Bombing forward down the right-hand side. Just slips, he loses his footing as he hits this. Kritsada was coming across to close down that angle for the shot.
Thailand had just started to string a few passes together, get to that final third. Vietnam ratcheted up the pressure once again. Just trying to get a spell on the ball if they can, the Thais. Maybe pleased with what he's seen so far, Park Hang-seo. He needs goals.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Pleased with the approach play so far, the intensity that they're playing at. But yeah, they need to find that breakthrough.
As you said, that one goal just put the pressure on Thailand. Here's no button for Thailand. Back to Beer. Looking for Chanatip. Here's Tirasin. Patompon waiting, but it's Sarach who has the ball. Here he is now. Still Patompon. It's a pretty wild attempt. Preferred him today over Super Chai.
Yeah, I mean, it opened up for him to have a shot at goal. You can see Tirasin was just applauding the effort as well, just to provide some encouragement. Wasn't the best of efforts from Patampon. But I know this is going to sound perhaps a little bit strange, but what's important is you finish off your attacks so that there's no risk of a counter-attack from the opposition. And it goes out for a goal kick and get yourself back organised into a defensive shape.
Narubadin comes forward. Starting to see more of the ball. Squares that to Tirasin. Titipan. Now Sadac. Now happy again to just stroke it around. Narubadin. Just gave that away very, very cheaply. And talking of which, Vietnam do the same.
Yeah, looking for the quick pass in behind for Duc Chin to go and chase. Now Chris Sada on hand to come across. He's done really well, Chris Sada, for Thailand in central defence. Pitiwat, another one who's been an unsung hero for them perhaps.
Titipan. Now Tiraton. Gritsada. Promised attacking football from Mano Polking. Not quite the case at the moment. It's a case of hanging in there for a little bit. Have they weathered the storm? Vietnam have been more or less relentless in this. Vietnam have got the ball back. A quick ball over the top from Quang Hai. Here's Chai again. This time he connects with the ball cleanly. And he has gone down though.
That's excellent goalkeeping from Chai. He's alert to that. Park Hang-seo, he can have a go at the referee. He won't be happy with Chai going down. Very intelligent ball. Quick ball played over the top from Quang Hai. And he's not even in the set position to play that pass, Quang Hai, but he just needs to... He understands that he just needs to toe poke it over that defense, and that's exactly what he does. But credit to Chai, that starting position, he's alert. He understands that the space in behind that high line from Thailand, and that's his territory to go out and help his defense out. And he's done that.
Tian Lin connecting with Chai as he came rushing out. Wanted to get a message across. He said he couldn't sleep as he was working 20 hours a day looking at different situations. He was trying to figure out what Vietnam would do today. He wasn't sure whether Bui Tian Dung would come back. He thought Vietnam might even experiment with a back four. Looking at win-backs and what they might do, their strengths. And even Park Hang-seo said he had a sleepless couple of nights looking back at the replay of the repeat of the last game. And now the stretcher has to be brought in. Is he going to come off? This would be a big turn of events. No, the stretcher's being refuted. Sleepless nights because that was Park Hang-seo's first loss to an ASEAN rival in 34 matches. He has had 27 wins and 6 draws against ASEAN nations since he took over Vietnam.
Well, this is Chai coming off. You take a bit of contact from Tian Lin. I can't quite see what the issue is there. He might have just pulled a muscle, perhaps. I think that's what it is. It just jars his leg as he lands. He might have just pulled a muscle there.
So it's not the contact with Tian Lin.
It's not the contact with Tian Lin. It's the way he lands. He's gotten up. He's tried to carry on. He's gone back down again, and the stretchers come on now. And it does look like they will have to make the change now, Thailand.
Suarak is the keeper who's played in this tournament. Of course, they've got an amazing keeper in Kawin. But he's just not had game time, Roshan.
Yeah, he went back to Thailand for a bit, settled a few personal issues. He came back to rejoin the squad a few days ago.
There was a fair bit of flack for selecting him for Manupokking just because of his lack of game time.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when you've got a squad, or when you're allowed a squad of 30 players, you bring a goalkeeper like Kawin with that quality. Whether he's been playing club football or not, you bring him in to be a part of that squad, and for all his experience as well, and to even increase the level of the goalkeeping training within the squad.
So Suarak, who played against Singapore, is getting ready. It looked like he was going to be okay. Chachai. But look, they have good goalkeepers, Thailand.
It's something Manu's spoken about. Manu Polking was asked about Kawin being in the squad, and he says, well, pretty much exactly what I said, is that you bring a player of his quality and his experience in to be a part of it, and that he absolutely trusts the goalkeepers that he has in his squad. He knows what each one is capable of, and he's not been afraid to play them, has he?
So that looks like it could well be it there for Chachai. Real shame for him in Thailand. And we wonder whether that will be the end of his tournament. 37-year-old Siwarak comes on. Long-time servant to Buriram. Approaching 30 caps for his country. Siwarak has spoken out about how much he enjoys being under Manupokking. Oh, he's distraught, isn't he? He's in tears here. Chachai. That might indicate
Probably end of his tournament. And you know, if there were folks out there who were wondering if that was a legitimate injury, I think we've gotten our answer here.
Taking a long, long time with that. Suwarak will come on for Chachai. An enforced substitution for Thailand.
Well, a very experienced goalkeeper, Siwarak. As you said, 37 years of age. He doesn't look it, does he, in a way?
Listen, we saw a 38-year-old yesterday.
That's right, Hassan
play
Sane.
an absolute blinder.
Yep.
It's all in the head, Roshan. That's what I tell myself. So, a setback, regardless, isn't it, for Thailand? They've lost their #1 goalkeeper. Been almost a sweeper for them at times as well. Let's see if Siwarak can help them in that regard as well. And actually, obviously, very sad for Chachai, but it has in many ways helped Thailand. It's broken up things by quite a bit. It was about 6, 7, 8 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That stoppage.
I mean, they'll be added on at the end of this half, obviously, but
It's that momentum.
in terms of the momentum and the rhythm of the game, it certainly disrupted it. A little bit of a reset as well for Thailand and for Vietnam. It's for Vietnam now to again get things going. Because any sort of stoppage, anytime the game sort of breaks down in terms of the momentum and that rhythm, anytime Thailand can slow it down, it's going to work for them.
Well, that was a really important touch here. And a shove, surely. Titipan knew exactly what he was doing on Van Dijk. It's a yellow card.
Charging forward here, Vietnam, and Titipan knew exactly what he was doing. There's no way he was going to win the ball legally there as Van Dijk was streaming forward. Correct decision by the referee.
Could be the first test here for Siwarak.
And Quang Hai has got a wonderful left foot.
Hit the woodwork twice in that last game. This is pretty much dead centre.
It looks a little bit far out, but not with Quang Hai around. Normally hits the ball so well. Technically.
And the crowd, because they know that well, and what he did in the last game. It's building up to a crescendo here. They're expectant. Nguyen Quang Hai for Vietnam. Siwarak does his job.
Well, I thought for a second it was going to spin back into goal here. He took the sting out of it. He was quick enough to get back up on his feet and gather the second ball.
Siwarak, as I mentioned, almost 30 caps. Actually, Chak Chai, who's gone off, is the least experienced of the three goalkeepers that they've got. They've gone with him. 4 attempts now from Vietnam. And again, Roshan, for all that we've talked about, them having the ball and pressing, they haven't created enough, have they?
No, they haven't. They haven't really troubled Thailand in terms of, and I'm talking about high quality opportunities. So important. I know we sometimes get fooled by the basic stats that we put up. Another look at this free kick here from Quang Hai. There's plenty of pace behind it, but Siwarak's well positioned. But it's about creating high quality chances. And after that really good start from Vietnam, where they were all over Thailand, it has settled down now.
You can see what Patampon was trying to do. They are looking across at the assistant, that Vietnamese defence, Lee Tien Dung and O Tan Thai, saying that should have been offside, ref.
Yeah, really nice idea. A couple of flick-ons.
But
You
he
can see the number 7, the wing-back, Hong Zui, playing Thailand onside. He's got his auto appeal up, the hand goes up, hoping for the flag to come up. It's fascinating, isn't it, footballers? You know you've played them onside and still you're just hoping that the flag will go up.
Because you've done it, I'll just do it. Again, I'm just always amazed by how Chanathip is so good with ball retention. Somehow holding off these players who are far bigger than him.
Well, it's use of his body, and I said again, awareness of situations around him.
Who too is in Japan, like his erstwhile colleague Tiraton. As I mentioned, he just moved back. He's still with Hokkaido Contadole Sapporo. And it will be Tiraton to swing this in. Decent ball in, isn't it? And it will be a goal kick. Titipan insists it should be a corner.
A good ball swung in from Tiraton. Another one with a sweet left foot. It's come off the head of Titipan.
He was insistent.
Yeah, again, well, actually, he's right, It's come off Tien Lin. Should have been a corner. But just a reminder, even if there was VAR, it's not something that, it's not a situation that VAR would intervene in.
Yep. Here's Patompon. Nice little touch from him. This is shades of the second half of that first semi-final, wasn't it, Roshan, where Thailand kind of had to try and keep it as compact, absorb that pressure. Have they done a fairly decent job of it for you?
They have.
Beer. Strong header away. Hong Kong Gui. Guang Hai. It's effortless for him, isn't it? It's barely a backlift.
Yeah, but it wasn't into anyone. And Tyler will take that. And Paul King in the dugout as well was, you can hear him shouting at his players, encouraging them to keep those situations tight, make sure they've got their lines up, they're alert. Passing accuracy, you can see a big difference there between Thailand and Vietnam, but also the types of passes Thailand are playing. You know, it's shorter passes because they're trying to slow things down at times. They're not in a hurry to get it forward, whereas for Vietnam, they're attempting riskier passes. And that's why those accuracy numbers are a little bit lower.
They've got to play the percentages, don't they?
They've got to try get it forward as quickly as they can. That's what they're trying to do, and sometimes you lose accuracy with those higher risk passes.
Hong Kong Gui on the left-hand side. Trying to get in on the action.
And again, so important to look at stats while they are fascinating, but to understand the story of the game and why those stats are turning up as they are.
Well, the crowd trying to do all they can. They would dearly love a goal before half-time. Put that pressure on Thailand. Oh, it's just wide the header. That is their best chance by some distance. And it's Ho Tan Tai who looks up to the heavens.
Oh, I thought that was in. Wonderful header from Ho Tan Tai. It's a great ball in, and Ho Tan Tai, I mean, he's marked there, but he still is able to just break away and get a run and attack the corner that has come in. He should have scored. He should have scored. He looks up to the skies to close the roof over the National Stadium. Whatever message he's trying to send up there, perhaps getting shut out by the closed roof here. He should have scored there. Ho Tan Tai.
Clear chance there, wasn't it? That is what you call a high-quality opportunity. And really, Vietnam should be one up. Well, that did not look pleasant. Thiersin is down, but he's hopefully got himself up quickly.
You know, it's one of these challenges. You love it as a defender, where the attacker's backing into you. You go up and challenge and you get to fall over him. It's like a free hit a little bit. And then from an attacker's perspective, I'm thinking, hang on,
I've got the foul.
he's climbed all over me.
Touch on there by Sadac. Oh, foul. Patompon.
Yeah, good position this.
Coming in behind on Guang Hai, and again the crowd maybe sensing something here. Suarak trying to organise his defence. We're going to have a fair bit of out of time here at the end of this first half. First, Thailand have to deal with this free kick. Guang Hai. It's Thiersin who does his defensive duties there. Corner for Vietnam.
Again, just looking to whip this in with that pace and dip. Tirasin in a good position. Danger's not over.
It was difficult. He wants to make amends quickly, doesn't he? Thai, 6 minutes. Not surprised that. With the
very deliberate ball towards the back post for Hotan Thai. Much better marking from Kritsada on this occasion. The first one, Hotan Thai had a clear header on the edge of the 6-yard box. He was able to break away from Kritsada there. Kritsada was making sure that he kept track of his man. Very difficult header for Hotan Thai. He's off balance and angles going against him. Tirasin's down. Heavy knock to the back of the head.
The play is continuing at the moment. Thailand managed to put it out.
I think it's a legitimate one. I think he gets a knock on the back of the head here. But it's both players aerially going for that. Tianzong, he's got to challenge for that as well. It's one of those, again, as I say, if you're an attacker going up for it, you know you're going to get hit from behind.
Narabadi. Right now will do for Thailand. Park Hang-seo returns the ball. They want to get on with it. Good battle there. Ooh, did he just leave a little bit? And Narubadin. Chin.
Nice little battle here between Dukchin and Narubadin. And he's done very well, Narubadin, just to come across and get his body in the way. Bit of afters there, but nothing much really. It's well defended by the number 15.
The Thai press had asked prior to this game the likes of Chachai and Tiraton, Narubadin, Kritsada perhaps not to start today. Wester ahead. Those are completed passes. Tiraton ahead of that list.
All five were Thai players on that list.
Kritsada with the header. Hong Tui. Quang Hai! Is that just a bit behind him, maybe?
Yeah, that's exactly it. I felt the ball was too close to him almost. The timing of his movement in towards it perhaps was a little bit off, as in he was standing there as it came into him. See, he had to sort of stop. He had to stop, and the ball was behind him a little bit. And still, as it falls to him in a situation like that, I was thinking this is going to be on target. And still you have that faith. I'm sure Park Hang-seo had that faith.
They had that faith as well.
Quang Hai as well. More encouragement. More and more encouragement from Vietnam. It seems like they're getting closer.
They don't want that whistle to go for half-time. We've got till the 51st minute on your clock here. Quang Hai, no goals yet in this tournament. Straightforward for Siwadak, who will probably just hold on to this now. Missing that. Bong Hong Dui. That's what we're talking about, Roshan. That is a prime example. They're playing that percentage, aren't they? Just trying to get the ball up quickly.
That's exactly it, and that's why the passing accuracy numbers have taken a hit. It's the different styles of play, the different approaches, because of the story of the game, the story of the tie.
There's another one. And the flag has gone up, but you have to take those risks, don't you? You have to gamble a little bit.
I think at times it's a little bit desperate. I think they're starting to get a little bit desperate at times with the longer passes, because there's situations where you can just look to try and sort of play those short passes through, and they've looked dangerous doing that, Vietnam. But when you start to get desperate in certain situations, run out of ideas a little bit, then you try these longer balls that don't really quite work. And I mean, so far Krinsada and especially Beer have dealt with those longer passes in behind pretty well.
Time is starting to run out here for Vietnam and Park Hang-seo. Just lost his footing there, Patampol. They'll have the overload here. The shot! Oh, that's a great save. Tiraton, the near post. Winman. Well, that would have been a bit of a...
Well, that would have done it for Thailand. Wonderful move from Thailand. They go right to left, and then they get these overlap from Tiraton. That was headed in. Such an important save from Winman. Sarat just holding on, waiting for that support to arrive. Good timing of the pass. Right into the momentum of Tiraton's run. So he can take it pretty much first time. Such an important save for Winman. Great chance for Thailand there.
Last opportunity. Here with something on it. Tirasin. Chanatek. Thailand suddenly only had one chance before that. Well, Thailand are just 45 minutes away from confirming yet another final spot in the AFF Suzuki Cup. There's plenty of work to do here for Vietnam. Lots of endeavour, Roshan. Not much to show for it.
They've tried, they just haven't been able to find that finishing touch just yet. Set the nerves amongst the Thai players. Almost there now, Thailand, halfway through. I think we're going to see changes in the second half from Vietnam. I think Kong Fung is probably going to get an opportunity, and perhaps Min Vong might come in just to give them a bit more freshness in midfield. But they've got to do something. Second 45. They really, really need to start going for it now.
No goals then at the National Stadium, which makes a change really from what we've had in recent matches. Harduk Chin had opportunities. Tan Thai in particular had a golden chance. But here at the National Stadium in this second leg semi-final, the AFF Suzuki Cup 2020, it's Thailand 0, Vietnam 0. We're back at the National Stadium. The crowd certainly enjoying themselves during this break. But talking of the football, the Vietnamese fans know a lot at stake here, because they need at least 2 goals in these next 45 minutes. 2 unanswered goals, I should clarify, to force this into extra time at the very least. And Russian, despite all their endeavor, they'd only had really one very decent chance of cracking the back of that goal.
I think the opportunity from Tan Tai, from the corner, is able to get away from Kritsada. I think Quang Hai's chance was pretty good as well, the way it sort of opened up for him, just behind him a little bit. After a great start, it sort of just faded. Gave Thailand an opportunity to get themselves into the game. But to Vietnam's credit, they finished the first half the stronger of the two. As we get ready to see Kong Phong about to come on for Vietnam.
See if it's Ha Duc Chin or Van Duc. But it was almost a smash and grab, wasn't it, from Thailand? Right in that first half. Tiraton shot. Almost crept in. It's a change for both sides, by the way. And it is Ha Duc Chin who makes way. Kong Phong, who's been the first choice forward for Vietnam throughout this tournament. Tanawat, who's been very much a regular. He comes on, as does Elias Dola at the back. Are they going 3 at the back here?
Yeah, it looks like they could be. Patapon coming off and being replaced by Tanawat. Change in shape for Thailand then, ahead of this second half.
Well, we haven't seen them play 3 at the back yet in this tournament, Thailand, so this will be an interesting turn of events for them. Could that be an indication of what they're about to expect in this 45 minutes?
I would think so. Additional body in that back line with the introduction of Elias Dola.
There he is, his first intervention. Foul there on Tirasin, and no hesitation from the referee to give the card to Bui Tien Dung.
You know, this has been excellent centre-forward play from Tirasin in this match for Thailand. The way he's taking these knocks, winning the free kicks, holding it up, showing himself for a pass. Very, very good centre-forward play by Tirasin. Not necessarily just all about the goals. In a game like this, when you're trying to kill the rhythm, someone like that in those positions who's brave, go and receive even though he knows he's going to take a hit.
So Elias Dola has come in. He's 6'5", 1.96 meters tall, born in Sweden to a Swedish mother and a Thai father. And he recently started playing for his country a couple of years ago. And there's Beer, who will win this race. Back to his goalkeeper, Sivarak.
A wonderful turn of pace from Beer there.
Not something you would necessarily.
Interesting. Run in behind. Nice little race between Kong Phong and Beer.
The other player, of course, is Tanawat, 21 years of age. He has joined the Leicester City squad, yet to make his debut with them. Born in Thailand, but spent his youth in France.
Oh, what a take from Tien Lin.
Brilliant. Tanawat's actually played for the France under-17, so he's got some real quality about him. Played for Nancy as well in his youth career. Another player to come on. We just mentioned there, Kong Fong.
Yeah, Tin Lin has turned away from Elias Dola to try and protect the ball. Felt the arm come across, and he's won the free kick. This is too far for a shot, surely. From Quang Hai.
There was almost a little question mark at the end of that sentence. Kong Fong had a chat. He's not going to be taking it. The man who's now fast approaching 50 caps for his country. Has had stints in Belgium with St. Troiden and Japan, Mita Hollyhock.
Looks like he's going to go for it.
And it does look like Quang Hai. Shaping up to shoot. Had the keeper scrolling, but it was always going wide.
Yeah, I don't think he would have had enough to really beat Siwarak. You could see it coming from a long way. Nice swerve and dip on the ball. So Siwarak got his angles well covered.
Wicked bounce though, wasn't it? Right in front of the goal, just a bit wide.
I feel like I've seen Mano in that outfit a few times now. I wonder if that's his good luck charm.
Well, can't argue with it so far. They've won every game.
Yeah, it's got absolutely nothing to do with his tactics or the quality of his team. It's what he wears, right? That's how it works.
You footballers are a superstitious lot.
Sama.
Here's Tiraton, who came closest for Thailand to scoring. Now Chanatip. Oh, he's fluffed at that one, the keeper. Tirasin as well. It looked straightforward enough for Win Mun. Moment of drama inside that Vietnamese penalty area. Here's Elias Dola, who I think might be the tallest player here at the tournament. Saraj. They need that goal, don't they, Vietnam, just to put the pressure on Thailand. He's had a few of these, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's putting himself about Tirasin. Again, it's absolutely brilliant. Centre forward play. Again, making sure he's available. Make a nuisance of himself. He's won a few free kicks in these situations already as well. Has that experience, that quality coming through. The thing is, with the outfit that Mano Polking has got on, do you think it's the same black shirt and the same jeans?
I thought
And
we
then-
were.
I want to go back to that. Let's see how this pans out, this free kick.
Here is Tiraton. Oh, that's fallen nicely, hasn't it? Oh, it's a fantastic block from Tung Tai. The new man in, Tanawat.
That's going to be my question to
I think you should ask that
Mano in the
press conference.
post-match
Yeah.
as this free kick comes in. He couldn't quite work a decent opening for the shot there, but again, in these situations, perfect for Thailand. Exactly where they want to be, in possession of the ball. Like, do you think he just has that one black shirt, or is it like 3 or 4 black shirts that he's got? Because I'd imagine.
I would like to think he's got more than one, Rushan.
So it's not important that it's the same shirt or the same pair of jeans. It just has to be that combination of the black shirt, rolled up sleeves.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave it now.
But by the way, I have to just add that Roshan himself is wearing a black shirt and blue jeans tonight. So
With the rolled up sleeves
Yeah.
as well. Don't worry, I've not been in contact with Manapolking.
well, you've had a couple of chats with him
Yes,
throughout this
that I
tournament.
have, yeah.
Very friendly guy.
Yeah, I mean he's good with the media. You know, I like speaking to him. Very knowledgeable coach. But you know, the thing is, we touched on him and what he said in press conferences, right? We'll come back to it.
Conform. Still Conform. He's spotted space down that left-hand side. What a shot on there, of course. Well worth Kong Hong Dui going for it. Now, Van Tuan is coming on, and that's his last bit of action, Kong Hong Dui.
Yeah, good attack from Vietnam again. That's an intelligent ball from Kong Fong, just to switch the angle of attack. But Thailand do well enough. Bodies in defense. Van Tuan on for Hong Doi, the left wing back. So there will be another reshuffle here for Vietnam. There was a piece of paper as well handed over to Quang Hai, who's reorganizing things for them.
Now, we'll just have a look at that, see how that develops. Van Tuan is on his right-hand side for now. Here's Chanatip.
Chanatip again is hanging on to it. Such good play from Chanatip. It's breaking it up. Ken eases the pressure. His ball retention is just superb. Now the same thing I like about Manapolking is when you listen to him speak in these press conferences is he's not afraid to say we're going for it. We want to win. We want to go on and win the title. We want to attack. You know, he's not. It's not like
The
what
usual.
you usually get
Yeah.
in press conferences, you know, from certain coaches.
You know the old, I respect the opposition, all that. We've had very little of that in this competition.
Yeah, to be fair,
It's been very
actually,
refreshing.
It's been great.
There's been good needle in these press conferences.
Yeah, some of the comments have been fantastic. I mean, it's got everyone talking.
We still have 2 more matches after this. The final, the 2-legged final of the AFF Suzuki Cup.
So just very quickly, I think what's happened here for Vietnam with the reshuffle. Van Dijk has gone out to that left-hand side now.
Has that been kept in? Yes, according to the officials. Oh, we've seen Park Hang-seo finally kind of come out of his dugout area. He was getting one of his assistants to do that. Away by Tiraton. Just a handball there on Tirasin.
Yeah, it does look like in certain situations they switched it to a back 4 here, Vietnam, with Tien Dung, the number 4, has gone to play at left back in possession of the ball. And then here, obviously, when they lose it in these phases, then it shifts again into a back 3. Comes back into the center of that defense, and then Van Dijk just fills in that left wing back position.
Needs must, and this is something they're departing from their usual.
Well, again, this is another example of how fluid formations can be, right?
Good to see. We've seen a fair bit of flexibility in this tournament. Nice Dola getting there. Kai. Great ball out to Vantuan. A heavy touch on from Tiraton. Now, many felt that Tiraton should have got punished in that last game. Park Hang-seo amongst them. There's maybe a little bit of an ironic cheer there for the yellow card being shown.
Yeah, it's a high foot into Quang Hai.
Tiraton will miss the first leg of that final. Booking. And here, right now, they've got to think about this free kick from Quang Hai. They're going to far post Sibarak as well.
Love that from Quang Hai. Great idea. And Siwarak just takes a step forward here. Almost gets caught out. Has to track it all the way through. Does his job. Concedes a corner.
Keeper's done really well there, Siwarak.
Yeah, that really takes the pressure off your defense. He's confident how he's come out to claim that. He's done very well since he's come on, Siwarak.
Yes. Nobody is now down. We're going to see a little bit more of this as the match progresses.
And have a look at that. Well, the first, there's no doubt this is a foul. Have a look at the second challenge that came in. On Saras, I think it was. First foul of on Narubadin on that occasion.
And Elias, not a good pass to Tiraton, but they've got away with that. Nicely done there by Tanawat. The crowd didn't appreciate what Sarach was doing there.
Yeah.
Another foul on Narubadin. We talked about yesterday, there was that period in the second half where everything just seemed to go Singapore's favour. There was a succession of 18 fouls in that second half. Nothing just seems to be going Vietnam's way at the moment.
Oh, this is perfect. Perfect, absolutely perfect for Thailand. They're controlling the game really well. The second half, it's been all of them. Dictated the tempo of it, winning free kicks, slowing it down, taking as long as they possibly can with these restarts. It's going to plan. Everything is going to plan for Thailand.
And this free kick has now got the Thai fans on their feet. With their left-footed specialist on the ball. But he's delivered it straight at Win Man. Quickly releases.
Oh, lovely turn.
Lovely turn there. Excellent work. Quang Hai. Now to Tan Tai. Excellent defending, but the trouble's not over yet, and it's straight at Siwadak.
Well, they're trying Vietnam. They'll try and find a way through. And past Siwadak and goal. Another save he's had to make. Just flicked on the first time and just bobbling around in the box. Eventually into the arms of Siwadak. This has been the story for Vietnam in this Suzuki Cup. The fact that they've created opportunities, but they haven't been able to finish them off. The shooting accuracy throughout the competition has been poor.
Yeah, they've had all those chances, haven't they? Go back to that game against Indonesia, in particular, game against Laos. They struggled against the back five. And that's what they're facing right now. Came into this tournament as big favourites, 99th in the world, highest ranked side in Southeast Asia. Thailand number 2. They are very keen to regain that status as the kings of ASEAN. They had 2 goalless draws in World Cup qualifiers, but the difference being that it was Vietnam who impressed greatly. Thailand limply eliminated. Innocuous shot straight at Siwadak.
Just lacking a little bit of composure in those key moments, in those attacking areas. Again, Tien Lin just snatches at this, falls into him in a pretty good position. Yes, he was getting closed down by Saraj, but you wonder if he could perhaps have taken a touch first in front of him, set himself up for a better shot at goal. Let's look at the touches there, Teraton. Lots of involvement in this game, leading the way. Followed by Ho Tan Tai and Quang Hai. And it's interesting that we haven't seen Chanatip's name there. Not as much involvement in this game.
He was immense, wasn't he, in that last game? First leg. Sada with the clearance. Important touch on Sada. Was that a foul? Certainly Van Tuan felt that was, but looked good from Sada, didn't it?
Incredible challenge from Sada. Such a solid challenge. And again, another one who I think has done really well in central defense for Thailand.
Narubadin looks up. Low pass looking for perhaps Chanatip. Bit stretched at the moment, Sada. There's Tanawat. There's Chuyan. Manuel Beer. Far more confident now on the ball, Thailand. 25 minutes or so here for the Vietnamese to get back into this. They need 2 goals. This again works for them. Sarach rolling around.
Clever touch away. Just takes it away from Tianzong. There. And then contact arrives. There'll come a point when that frustration is going to start to creep in for Vietnam. So things not going their way. Lots of stoppages.
3 defeats in semi-finals in the first leg. 2007, 2010 and 2016 for Vietnam. And all 3, they would not go on to the final.
I think we could potentially be seeing Poklo Anand coming on for Thailand. Seeing a bit of movement on the bench.
There's the keeper, Chai, who was tearful as he got stretchered off, and he may have seen his last bit of action here at the AFF Suzuki Cup 2020. We'll see, and we'll know in the coming days. I think they want to get that change on now. Sarach is going off. Poklo Anand will replace him. 30-year-old Poklo, one of the more experienced players here, plays for Bangkok United, team that, of course, Mano Polking knows well. Almost 50 caps for his country. Thailand have made 4 changes now. Rather dramatic from Tantai, who was not happy with that. Win Tuanan is going to come on. Van Duk is the man he's replacing.
Oh yeah, they're not happy with that. Mano Polking in his bench. I thought there was a kick out at Tirasin. The referee said play on. Wasn't having any of it. He's having a word with the 4th official now. Let's have a look here. Takes the ball away. That's a foul. It's very unfortunate, Tirasin.
Tuanan, 26 years of age, 21 caps for his country. Had a stint in Japan with Yokohama FC. He's the new man in. 3 changes now made by Vietnam.
He's Tuanan's a player I really quite like. Bags of energy. Can really dictate the game from midfield with the way he makes his runs in behind opposition defenses. Looks very hard to win those first and second balls as well. Frustrating times for Vietnam. And even Tanawat is telling his teammates, just take as long as you need, take as long as you like, just slow it down, relax, take as much time, walk up to the ball. And Tirasin again making himself available. Couple of words exchanged between himself and Tan Chung.
Yeah, he's kept it. He's a very humble guy, isn't he? Tirasin, who's one of the best exports for Thailand. In Japan and Spain, Almeria in La Liga. Didn't really work out for him. A couple of spells in Japan. Now 35. The all-time top scorer in the AFF Suzuki Cup. Roshan, you describe some of those balls forward as a little bit desperate at times. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. They've got 20 minutes to get these 2 goals. Have they threatened enough for you in the second half?
No, they haven't. They haven't. I mean, Sivarak has had to make a couple of saves, but generally I think he's been comfortable. It's nothing that he's really been troubled by.
Again, the crowd can just hear what they're trying to do. I think it's starting to feel time is against them, and
You know, you can start to feel like it's not going your way. The things are going against you, and you're running out of ideas.
By Gola. Now, could be dangerous here. Thailand in these sort of situations.
You know, since there's a bit of a lull in the play here, I think what Vietnam really need to do is what Thailand have done the last few years in terms of players going abroad, playing in Japan, playing at a higher level. And I know Vietnam have done that previously. The likes of Kong Fung have gone overseas, Xuan Trong has gone overseas.
Not really
but it hasn't really worked out for them. And perhaps there's this fear among Vietnamese players that if they make the move, then it could go flat. Couldn't work for them. But it's an opportunity, it's a risk you got to take. I look at this Vietnamese team and I think of Quang Hai immediately. I mean, I think for a couple of years now, he's perhaps been ready to move on. And I could see him, just like Chanatip, thriving in the J-League, for example, in terms of the style of play. I don't know about the K-League, just because the styles are quite different.
We'll come back to that now. Look at that, Narabanin on that right-hand side. That's a poor ball from him.
And Hoang Duc's another one from this Vietnamese side, I think, ready to test himself in a higher level league.
That will be high clearance from him. Now Tiraton. Well, just look at the success of the likes of Tiraton and Chanatip. Tiraton to a certain extent in the J-League, of course. J-League have been very open to this part of the world, haven't they? Very welcoming. Got some agreements here with ASEAN nations.
I think the K-League is something similar as well in terms of the quotas.
There's an ASEAN...
There's an ASEAN spot, if I'm not mistaken. I might have to go and do a bit more research on that if you see Hoang Duc. But I just think perhaps the styles, you know, the styles of the leagues, they matter.
Talking of style, here he comes. Chanatip Songkrasin hasn't really had one of these runs today. He's lost his footing.
Tan Chung, another one that centre of that Vietnamese defence.
Nokai, look where he is at the moment. No one got on the end of that.
Good defending by Beer.
He's been immense today, hasn't he?
Yeah, both him and Krisada have been outstanding for Thailand. Everything generated that's come in the air. They've been first to it, or if they put a challenge in. Not allowed any sort of real free headers, aside from that one from Tan Thai off that corner.
Antoine. Even now, Roshan, that one goal would make things interesting, wouldn't it, for Vietnam?
It certainly would.
14 odd minutes to go. Antoine.
So, not going to happen like that.
Not too much on that from Tuanan.
It certainly would, and it would certainly change the momentum of the game. It would give the Vietnamese fans in the stadium a huge lift. To be fair, the fans in here have been incredible.
Thailand have kept the ball fairly well in the second half. It's all gone, as Roshan said, according to plan. We'll be delighted with this. they didn't need to do anything special today, Roshan. That was the whole point of the cushion, wasn't it, from the first leg? Just keep it tight and compact. Didn't need that attacking football that Manu Bolking was talking about.
They didn't. I mean, they've played this really intelligently, Thailand. I know there's still plenty of time for the game to change, so I'm going to be a little bit careful.
Especially after yesterday.
Especially after yesterday and the drama that occurred. But I think they've done it really well.
I know he's tired, man. He's asking to come out, man. He's tired.
I don't know if you picked that up from pitch side. Manu Bolking talking about someone asking to come out, saying give me 5 more minutes, but the player saying he's already tired. Wonder if he's referring to Tirasin perhaps.
Some coaches might not like that as well, right? Tired.
See, I think with Mano and Tirasin, I think Tirasin, he's earned that respect. He's earned that relationship with the coach, in that he can, because of who he is, what he's achieved in his career.
Yeah. And he's also 35.
Yeah, exactly. So he's allowed to tell the coach, I'm at my limits here, and the coach is going to listen. Ultimately, a lot of coaching is about man management.
True.
And if you have a player like Tirasin, who's been very effective, who's been scoring goals for you in this competition, you want to keep him fresh and have him available. You listen to him, and you keep your players happy.
And actually, the players have gone out of their way to say they've really enjoyed working with Manu Bolking.
You know, as we see that Pitiwat going down under the Tuanan challenge, there are certain players in football, they've achieved a lot in their careers and have earned that right to communicate freely with, with the coaching staff.
Yeah, senior players have that license, don't they? Touch on from Tiraton. By Tantai. Now Chanatip. There's talk there in the Vietnamese dugout. Only got, well, they've got 2 more changes to make. What can they do? Kritsada. Now Quang Hai. He was trying to get that to Van Tuan. They look pretty good at the 5 as well, haven't they?
Yeah, it's been secure for Thailand. It looks like a foul throw to me, but play's been allowed to go on.
Nokai trying to put it into the mix. Moving away. Pitiwat.
Because of the changes that Vietnam have made, they don't have an outlet out wide on that left-hand side. And a lot of it is congested through the middle. But they're struggling to play these passes through those central positions.
Lei Van Xuan replaces Tan Tai, who had that glorious chance, didn't he? Tuanan.
It can't be
Pan Xuan Man.
It can't be Tuanan. Can't be Tuanan. He's still on the. Oh, is he going off now? That's a strange one. He's still on the pitch. He's just gone off the pitch on the far side there, Tuanan. Not quite sure what's happened to him. If he's picked up an injury in the short time he's been on.
Yeah, he was only on for a very, very short time. You would think so, but he's running back. Two players that have come on. Lei Van Xuan, 22 years of age. On his second cap, plays for Hanoi. Supachai, who's played a bit part role really in this tournament. He comes on for Tirasin, who's put in another very good shift, hasn't he, for Thailand. But he is not adding to his tally just yet. Suzuki had a very good previous AFF Suzuki Cup. 25 caps now for him, the 23-year-old. Plays for Buriram. As I said, can play fullback or defensive midfielder. He's come on for a short while. The other one is Kamshuan Man. 25 also. Only got another cap to his name. So they're bringing on two relatively untested. And maybe now, Roshan, it's perhaps an air of resignation for Vietnam.
I think Thailand can feel how close they are to winning this one. Try set sprawling. You know, it's not just that they've tried to slow it down when they can, the way they've played the game, Thailand. But also you see they're not taking risk with the positionings of the players. If you're seeing Thailand in an attacking sense, in a game that they need to chase and get the goals, you see Narubatin going forward. We haven't seen any of that, I don't think, in this game. You see Tiraton getting forward or into those central positions. We haven't really seen that as well from him. So even with the positions, I've come into this set, we're not going to open ourselves too much. We're not going to take chances. We take the less riskier route. And it's worked brilliantly for them. Obviously, they didn't have to, having come into this game leading by 2 goals to 0.
Straight at the keeper from Hwang Duk. It's been one of the few chances they've had in the last 15-20 minutes. And there's already dancing and celebrations going on in the stands where the Thai fans are. They can sense it. It would take something pretty special now from Vietnam. We've seen stranger things happen. Far too much on that from Van Tuan, away by Tiraton. Hwang Duk, now Quang Hai. Maybe a bit of magic from him. Hwang Duk, important touch on from Supachai. Here is Chanatip. 3 against 2 in favour of Vietnam, but you've always got the Chanatip factor. Gone wide here with Supachai, but that's fine for Thailand. He'll try to hold the ball up as much as he can. Poklo. Now Chanatip. Tanawat saw that little gap there, didn't he? Tanawat!
Lovely run from Tanawat. And again, Thailand in full control of this. Lovely work right up until the shot. Got his head up, he's leaning back as he hits that.
Now or never really for Vietnam. Narubatin clears. shows proud record against ASEAN nations. Yes. Over and over. Unless Manuel Beer, excuse me, fouled. A lot of excitement, but it's Beer who was fouled by Tian Lin.
Yeah, it was an overhead kick from Tian Lin. Beer again, strong in the air. Comes right through. He knows there's a chance that he's going to take a hit here. Still, he's got to make that.
Right to his throat, it looks like.
Yeah, painful one for Beer. And potentially a dangerous one as well.
Yeah.
Brave defending. Yeah, thumbs up. Great to see.
Got a minute and a half plus amount of time here to get through, so they can make one more change if they want.
Thai fans can feel it, you know.
Yeah, they're almost there. Good atmosphere in that stand. Yellow card for Tian Lin. Taking their time here with Manuel Beer. And that's how's he being today. Solid, very, very solid. Duels won, look at that.
Yep. He has been excellent alongside Kritsada. Give them such a stable base to go on and do their thing. Thailand, in an attacking sense. You've got a defensive unit like that.
So just 4 minutes now for Vietnam. They need 2 goals in that short amount of time. Poking took exception to that. They were coming together with the new man in, Xuan Man and Chanatip. It's been a relatively tepid affair between the two benches today. We were thinking there might have been fireworks.
Yeah.
I think they didn't want to get near that shirt, Russian, that he's been using for weeks on end. Xuan Man. Kritsada. It's a handball from him. Good anticipation, though. They're throwing as many people forward as they can to just try and force the situation. Now, someone's just gone down here. I think it's Xuan Man. They're upset with Tiraton. Well, this would be crazy if Tiraton, he's already on a yellow card. They're just temper spray. We might have just called it a little too early. And things being fairly civilized today. Well, let's see. Let's see here on the replay.
Right there, Tiraton. There's a bit of an arm.
Nothing.
There's a bit of an arm, but really it's nothing.
And that stuff needs to be punished, Roshan.
Yeah.
He took it very coolly, didn't he, Tiraton?
He did. I'm glad the team of officials, they haven't overreacted.
Look at him, he's fine, Xuan Man.
I think what happened there is we saw Man leave a bit in on Tiraton. The ball comes into the safe arms of Sivara. So Tiraton on the way back just wanted to give Man a bit of a reminder that he's not there to be messed with.
A minute and a half left here at the National Stadium. Elias Dola, he's been solid as well since they brought him in. It has worked an absolute treat for Thailand. What about the man in the middle today, Roshan?
Yeah, he's been really good, which is refreshing to say, refreshing to see as well.
Fang Hai floats that in. Narabudin goes down.
That should be about it, you know. I think forward positions, win free kicks when he needed to. And look, I think just generally the way they played in this competition, they absolutely deserve their place in the final, and what a fantastic final it's going to be between Thailand and Indonesia.
Thank you very much, Rish Roshan Rai. Celebration in the blue half of the stadium, because Thailand are through to the finals, having drawn with Vietnam tonight, and on aggregate they win 2-0 in the FF Suzuki Cup 2020. So, as is tradition now, the man of the match is awarded, and it is Pitiwat who gets it. You thought he'd be a bit happier about it.
I'm really glad Pitiwat has won this, because I think he's been one of the unsung heroes in this Thai team. Having to do a job for the team as in that base of that midfield, protecting his defense. It's good that he's been rewarded with a nice Oppo phone.
I hope he smiles if he actually gets to win the trophy. There's Chanatit Songkrasin. A little bit quieter today. Didn't get to play in the last tournament. Was the MVP in the prior two editions in 2014 and 2016. And it's delight for Thailand here to get into yet another final. And the stats of, you know, Roshan, it looks like more than double the number of shots in Thailand. But how many of those?
Dangerous opportunities. Yeah, not too many. I mean, it tells a story there. Held a lot of possession. Vietnam had opportunities, but not real clear-cut chances. And the shooting accuracy wasn't very good from Vietnam's point of view, and that's what's hurt them in this competition.
It's kind of summed up Vietnam in this tournament. They've failed in front of goal, and that brings an end to their participation in the AFF Suzuki Cup 2020. From Rish Roshan Rai, Misha Zadak, and the rest of the team, thanks for joining us. We'll see you at the grand final.
ก่อนเราลงมาในนัดที่2เนี่ยเราก็ไม่ได้คิดว่าเรามีสกอร์ตุนอยู่ 2-0 ในนัดแรกอะไรเงี้ยเราก็คิดว่านัดเนี้ยก็เป็นอีกนัดหนึ่งที่เราต้องการชนะเหมือนกันแล้วก็โอเคเราก็เริ่มเกมด้วยสกอร์ 0-0 ก็ทุกคนก็พยายามลงไปช่วยกันเล่นช่วยกันรับแล้วก็สุดท้าย เราก็ต้องอดทนมากๆแล้วก็สุดท้ายก็ได้ผลตามที่เราต้องการ
มาโน่เขาวางแทคติกยังไงครับวันนี้
โอเคมาโน่ก็พยายามให้เพสสูงเหมือนเดิมอะไรเงี้ยเพื่อให้กดดันให้เขาเล่นยากโอเคซึ่งเราก็ทำได้อาจจะไม่ตลอด90นาทีแต่ว่าโอเคก็มีวันยาวจากเวียดนามแล้วก็ครึ่งหลังเราก็ปรับเกมเพื่อป้องกันลูกกลางอากาศอะไรเงี้ยก็สามารถป้องกันลูกกลางอากาศได้ดีก็ลดความอันตรายของเวียดนามลงไปได้
สุดท้ายฝากอะไรถึงแฟนบอลครับเข้ารอบชิงได้แล้ว
ครับผมก็เหลืออีก2 นัดอะไรเงี้ยก็นัดแรกก็พวกเราก็พยายามทำอย่างเต็มที่นะครับก็ฝากแฟนบอลไทยให้กำลังใจพวกเราด้วยก็เริ่มจากนัดชิงนัดแรกก่อนแล้วก็พวกเราก็หวังว่าอีก2 เกมข้างหน้าจะเป็นผลงานที่ดีของเราขอบคุณครับ
Chúng ta đã chơi một trận thực sự là không hối hận nhưng mà không may mắn được nhưng mà Hải chia sẻ như thế nào sau trận đấu này?
Thực sự là hôm nay toàn đội đã bước vào sân với một tinh thần chiến đấu cao nhất. Có lẽ là ở cả hai trận đấu thì may mắn không đến với đội tuyển Việt Nam. Đội tuyển Việt Nam đã trải qua một hành trình dài từ đầu năm đến bây giờ. Đó là một hành trình dài và hai trận đấu vừa qua cả đội đã cố gắng hết mình và trận đấu ngày hôm nay thì tinh thần chiến đấu của toàn đội đã nỗ lực để cống hiến vì màu cờ sắc áo và vì người hâm mộ đang chờ đợi đội tuyển nên là thực sự thì kết quả này dù không như mong muốn thì cũng thật là tiếc nhưng mà cũng xin gửi lời xin lỗi cũng như là cảm ơn đến toàn thể những cổ động viên đã yêu đội tuyển Việt Nam.
Năm 2022 ngay đầu năm chúng ta còn các trận đấu vòng loại World Cup ở AFF Cup cuối 22 lại đá rồi và Hải muốn chia sẻ gì với người hâm mộ khi mà năm sau chúng ta đã quyết tâm trở lại?
Như Hải đã nói thì thực sự là mong người hâm mộ sẽ thông cảm cho toàn đội. Toàn đội đã trải qua một hành trình dài với rất là nhiều khó khăn. Hy vọng là mọi người sẽ luôn luôn tiếp tục đồng hành và cổ vũ cho đội tuyển dù trong bất cứ hoàn cảnh nào. Và một lần nữa thì thay mặt toàn đội thì Hải xin gửi lời cảm ơn rất là nhiều tới những người hâm mộ Việt Nam đã yêu đội tuyển và luôn cổ vũ cho đội tuyển. Chúng tôi sẽ cố gắng nhiều hơn nữa để trở lại trong năm tới.